Bray Wyatt reacts to "We Want Wyatt" chants on Monday Night Raw. Baron Corbin is caught trying to steal a Raw superstar's wallet. And Paul Heyman addresses rumors of Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Hello everyone, Jose G here, bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bray Wyatt reacts to "We Want Wyatt" chants on Monday Night Raw. Former WWE superstar Bray Wyatt has liked a tweet highlighting the "We Want Wyatt" chants last night on Monday Night Raw. The WWE Universe is utilizing every opportunity to let Vince McMahon know about the mistake he made by releasing Wyatt. Last week on Raw, the fans started "We Want Wyatt" chants this week as well during Alexa Bliss's match against Doudrop in the arena in Orlando, echoed with loud "We Want Wyatt" chants. Many fans joked about this becoming a regular thing now in every WWE show. Interestingly, Bray Wyatt himself has liked a tweet highlighting these chants on Raw. Bray Wyatt was last seen wrestled for WWE at WrestleMania 37 as The Fiend as he lost his match against Randy Orton after some distraction from Alexa Bliss. He then appeared on Raw in his Firefly Funhouse avatar. That was his last WWE appearance before being away from television for months on end before his release. According to a report recently done by Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful, the earlier reports of Bray Wyatt dealing with mental health issues were false. He added that Wyatt had family engagements in May and in June and was 100% cleared to wrestle. Before his sudden release, the original plans for him were to return on this week's Raw. He was reportedly adding creative elements to his character during his time off from television. Interestingly, the company played a promo in the arena last night on Monday Night Raw with the WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley and Stone Cold Steve Austin praising the character of The Fiend. This promo was not shown on television. John Alba, however, added that it was just an old promo, that they were talked about other superstars as well, and was simply just not updated. The entire pro wrestling world is excited to see what does the future hold for Wyatt. Will he jump ship and join AEW like Aleister Black or Andrade, or will he make a transition to Hollywood and thrill the world with his creativity, becoming the next megastar? Booker T comments on a major change in NXT that shouldn't have happened. Hall of Famer Booker T thinks that WWE should have not moved away from NXT being a developmental league, as the main roster and the Black and Gold brand are two totally different games. On his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T commented on the recent releases and the past war between AEW and NXT. With AEW breezing past the Black and Gold brand in viewership numbers, the Hall of Famer feels WWE should revert to it being a platform for superstars to develop as performers, saying, quote, "I always felt NXT should have been and always have been a form of league for the stars in WWE because that's where the money is. That's where the end game is, and to create something else is like to create another WCW. Something we've got to put in a whole lot of work and trying to make it work. And when you look at NXT and the main roster, it's two totally different games. When a guy comes from NXT to the main roster, it's a totally different game. Look at Karrion Kross on NXT. Look at him on the main roster." End quote. Booker T believes it's tough to sustain when focusing on something else. He thinks that NXT got a bit overcrowded as several indie stars were signed by WWE over the years. WWE once again made several releases last week as many NXT superstars were let go by the company. Reports have indicated that WWE may let go of many more stars in the weeks to follow. WWE has been on a spree since the pandemic began last year and has let go of over 100 stars since 2020. Baron Corbin caught trying to steal Raw superstar's wallet. Baron Corbin tried to steal Lince Dorado's wallet tonight as per the latter's tweet. Hard times have fallen on Corbin as he is struggling to make ends meet. His situation is growing worse with each passing week, and the former King of the Ring took a drastic measure this week that he's probably going to regret for a long time to come. The WWE superstar Lince Dorado has tweeted that he caught Corbin trying to steal his wallet. Baron Corbin's financial woes have forced him to resort to taking steps that would have left his previous persona disgusted. King Corbin was a wealthy man who led a lavish lifestyle without caring much about his bank account. But Corbin lost his crown to Shinsuke Nakamura on the June 18th episode of SmackDown, and things took a turn for the worse pretty quickly. Corbin later revealed that he lost his wife's car and his savings when Nakamura took his crown. He went on to sell his watch to Dolph Ziggler and set up a GoFundMe to raise money. This week, Corbin went a tad bit too far when he decided to steal money from a fellow WWE superstar. It goes without saying that the former US champion will look back at this moment with embarrassment. Corbin's gimmick change has been lauded by the WWE Universe so far. Baron Corbin's new gimmick is a breath of fresh air, as it was clear as day that the King Corbin character wasn't doing him any favors. It will be interesting to see how WWE handles Corbin's character in the coming weeks. Elias teases new gimmick change in new promo on Monday Night Raw. It's been a while since Elias last wrestled on WWE TV. The guitar-wielding star lost his Symphony of Destruction match to Jackson Ryker on the July 19th episode of Raw. This week, a vignette aired on the Red brand hinting at a gimmick change for him. The vignette started off with Elias walking with his guitar in his hands. As he approached the fire, several clippings of him being on the receiving end of guitar acts from fellow WWE superstars appeared. Elias then played a short tune and threw his guitar into the fire. This could imply that the superstar is ready to let go of his current playful character and embrace a darker persona. Lately, Elias has become an afterthought on the main roster. He was mostly used to put over other stars and returning legends. The recurring theme was that Elias would get interrupted in the midst of a musical performance in the ring by a legend and then get beaten up. Elias has been interrupted and attacked by the likes of John Cena, The Undertaker, and Rey Mysterio. He yet has to win a major WWE title, but has won the 24/7 championship on 4 occasions. On the road to WrestleMania 35 in 2019, Elias talked about wanting to feud with someone like John Cena or The Undertaker. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Instead, at WrestleMania that year, Elias was interrupted by Cena, who donned the Thuganomics persona. Cena attacked Elias to a loud pop from the audience. The next night on Raw, it was The Undertaker's turn to interrupt Elias, and the turn of events was predictable. Paul Heyman addresses rumors of Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Paul Heyman has commented on the rumors that Universal Champion Roman Reigns will collide with The Rock at WrestleMania. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE is planning to have a WrestleMania match between the two stars, which will likely take place in the next 2 years. The bout could happen at the Showcase of Immortals in 2022 if the People's Champion can make it. During an interview with Inside the Ropes, the special counsel to the tribal chief, Paul Heyman, addressed the rumors but refused to confirm or deny them, saying, quote, "Well, you ask multiple questions in one diatribe, so I'll try to answer them as subtly as possible. One Rock schmuck, who doesn't want to main event WrestleMania against Roman Reigns? Anybody who says they wouldn't be interested in a WrestleMania main event is lying to you. Anybody who suggests they wouldn't be interested in the main event against Roman Reigns is lying to you. Roman Reigns is the most dominant WrestleMania main eventer in history, and Rock is just one of many people who are clamoring to step into the ring with Roman Reigns at any time, especially at WrestleMania," end quote. Last year, The Rock stated on his YouTube channel that it would be a privilege for him to face his cousin Roman Reigns in WWE, and he would be even willing to put over the Universal Champion. Roman Reigns and his cousins Jimmy and Jey Uso are focal points of SmackDown, and all 3 of them are currently champions. If The Rock returned to WWE, would he have a place at the table alongside his cousins? Paul Heyman responded to that question by saying that the Great One may not be invited to the table. The Rock versus Roman Reigns is considered to be a dream match by many fans, and the Showcase of the Immortals would be the most fitting venue for such a spectacle. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure you follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.